All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to try to make a quick video here. So I'm about to ding level 25 on my Paladin in Season of Discovery, and I decided that I would talk for a moment, or just give you guys a little TLDR on my thoughts on like a leveling guide. In case you're leveling super slow, Lord knows I've been looking into the whole leveling guide thing because I have to level a bunch more paladins here pretty soon, sadly. Why is that? Because, well, what killed me on Faralina was the fact that I just never got a good two-handed weapon. In order to prevent that, again, I'm going to level a bunch of paladins and basically have them all play a game called He Who Gets Hand of Rag First Wins. Or at least, you know, the Eye of Rag, and then I'll go rank that paladin, and that paladin will become the main, blah, 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 blah. So while I was leveling, I definitely kept an eye out for the potential like fastest ways to level as Paladin, and honestly, all of the stuff in the hardcore leveling guide still holds true, like 100%. At the early levels, all that matters on your gear is armor, and the only real critical item is your weapon. And I tried that in Season of Discovery, and it worked absolutely beautifully. It was insanely good, and I know not how I could do it better, if that makes any sense. So I'll explain this real fast here. You'll also notice that I have a bunch of like shifts on the top of my screen, so your boy is slowly not becoming a clicker anymore. Oh, God help us all. But it is pretty funny. All right, so basically what happened to me is I leveled quite quickly wearing complete and utter garbage gear. Like the only piece of gear I have left over from the gear that I was leveling with are the bracers here, which I haven't changed at all. And you can see that level 57, that's probably like some Dun Moreau level bracers or something stupid like that. But like I told Jakova, just get a two-handed weapon. And what seals to use? Seal of Martyrdom beats everything in its dog early game. Even if you had Divine Storm, a Seal of Martyrdom is objectively probably better for leveling. So you go Seal of Martyrdom, Crusader Strike, and it literally doesn't matter what you have in the leg runes. It would be really hard for you to get Avenger Shield like early on, so I wouldn't bother that. But yeah, so you're basically just using Seal of Martyrdom and Crusader Strike all over the place. What the hell is going on? Oh, this thing's on fire? I thought that was like some Horde skin or some special boss or something for a second there. Holy crap, that's terrifying. Yeah, mages do way too much, what's the term? Mages do way... They have way too many visual effects going on now, especially when they're AoE farming. Healing. Holy crap, I feel like it's retail. I'm just like... I feel like in a raid scenario, that's going to cause so much lag in Classic WoW, but I don't know, maybe they updated their servers or something. I have no idea. So I'm just casually trying to talk to you guys, trying to get my thoughts together and killing mobs. That way I can end the video by actually hitting level 25. Okay, so other things that I've learned over the years, I should say, is that what is it? Okay, so let's say you're leveling human, specifically, because most people level human. At the early levels, and basically throughout the game in general, if you're tight on gold, if you don't have a lot of gold, the absolute best thing for you to do is to not care about your weapon specialization for your class whatsoever. Buy the two-handed axes really cheap. Buy the pole arms really cheap, and just level with that. That's basically how I've been leveling even on my human paladin on hardcore. You can get the pole arms off the auction house insanely cheap. The blue ones, you can get blue axes off the auction house insanely cheap. Just grab an insanely cheap two-hander off the auction house, a two-handed axe or a two-handed polearm on the Alliance side, and you don't require any other gear whatsoever. Instead, buy the early starting gear as cheaply as you possibly can. I don't care if it's got something stupid on it like agility and spirit, which you would think is kind of worthless, or like agility and stamina, which would probably be the absolute most useless stats on your paladin early game. It doesn't matter. The number one value for you in your gear early game as a paladin is just the armor. All you care about is the armor. The stats aren't really doing anything for you. Having Crusader Strike and extra like auto attacks and more damage, which you think would make the strength gear better, doesn't really seem to help. And the reason for this is because you are murdering the mobs so quickly in Season of Discovery for quite a number of levels, I should say, that Spirit still ends up being by far your most valuable stat. And Intellect is also up there, but you know, God help you finding Intellect gear. Theoretically, probably the best gear to level with is like Spirit and Intellect gear. The reason for this is because Crusader Strike is actually giving you back mana, which makes it kind of pseudo-Spirit, and then Spirit is Spirit. And the idea is that with Seal of Martyrdom, you can turn Judgment into basically an extra auto attack. It's an extra auto attack every 10 seconds, an extra auto attack every 8 seconds if you have it spec'd. Being able to span that on cooldown is absolutely criminal and insane, and is a huge part of your toolkit early game. And then, of course, Crusader Strike does not interrupt Spirit Regeneration whatsoever on your Paladin, and just does absolute crazy stuff. So I'll show you an auto attack, and then I'll judge. So the auto attack... Okay. Lol. Why do I... Okay. Oh! Why is it yellow and missing? That's so weird. Okay, there's an auto attack. Here's the Judgment. It just does 90 damage. Here's a Crusader Strike. Okay, that's... Yeah, so you get the idea. You just do absolute tons of damage. Yeah, so just buy the cheapest, earliest, not even early, like level 8, level 10, just the cheapest green gear you can possibly get off the auction house. Do not care what stats are on them whatsoever. Use Seal of Martyrdom, use Crusader Strike, and you will just be flying up the levels like nobody's business. You'll have something stupid, like 10-second mob kills, as you just keep going from mob to mob to mob. When your mana starts getting low and you can't judge anymore, like the seal, judge, you just start murdering things with Crusader Strike until your mana comes back. That's where the Spirit gear is absolutely amazing. That's where the Intellect gear is absolutely amazing. And Strength gear, I don't think, is going to really hold a candle to that. Strength gear will make you kill faster, and then you'll start having more mana issues, and you can't judge, losing basically one of your auto attacks, which in my opinion is kind of bad. I need to actually get out of here because I'm almost we can just do it right now. Let's just get it over with. Let's just do the elephant in the room here. Ooh, parry. All right, come on. All the misses in the world, huh? Like at the end. Oh, we're still not there? Okay, fine. No. What? Oh, yeah. Look at my bags. I didn't buy a single bag in the entire game, so I got like 6-slot bags and like an 8-slot bag, and I'm just like, welcome. This is me. This is just what I do. Don't look. Avert your eyes. I have no gold because I've been giving it all to Drakova. Holy what is these dynamic respawns? Holy shit. Alright, one sec here. Let's end this. No seal, that's a problem. Exorcism goes out. If I switch to a shield, I can use Avengers instantly. Let me try to show this. So out comes the shield. No, what? Avengers? Shield? Oh, okay. Swap. Okay. Let me spam 6. Let's try it. Oh, did they change that? They changed it? Okay, cool. Because when I first tested it, literally yesterday when I tested it, swapping to a shield and using Avenger Shield was instantaneous, with like no delay whatsoever. And I was like, okay, that is actually legitimately insane for PvP if that is the case. And I object on a fundamental level because it's bad enough as is. Yeah. Okay, that's good. Let's try this real fast. Listen, buddy. What the? I really don't want to have to deal with you. Yeah. Good. Okay, so it does cause a GCD now. Alright, cool. I wonder if that's because it's a blue shield. I'll have to look into that. I wonder what the heck that's about. Yeah, so good to know. But yeah, I tested a bunch of stuff. There's almost no difference on anything from Classic WoW or otherwise. Fast one-handed weapons early game have a very strange benefit to them with Seal of Martyrdom. We were in Wailing Caverns with a druid recently, and I discovered that fast one-handed weapons and Seal of Martyrdom, the minimum mana that Seal of Martyrdom can provide is 1. And when you just do something like I'm about to show you here real fast. So basically, I was with a druid. So the druid was basically, I guess that's not going to work. Yeah, so the druid was giving me Wind Fury, and you'll notice that every single auto attack is just +1 mana. -1 health, +1 mana. -2 health, +1 mana. I was basically giving everybody something stupid, like 25 MP5 and like Wailing Caverns, and I thought that was actually quite fascinating. I'm also noting that the one-handed weapon builds are still slapping like crazy. I can showcase that real fast here. So I got this out of Wailing Caverns for testing purposes. 2.8 weapon speed, blue, level 19 required, and I just wanted to see what the damage basically looks like when you're doing it one-handed kind of a thing. And it still absolutely slaps. Yep. Oh, look, he's almost dead. Yeah. Fascinating. And this thing is... All right. Okay, so back to the whole guide thing in general. So, #1 win for Blizzard. They did edit a very specific a PvP edit, which I'm perfectly down for. I'm looking at another little PvP balance that they very carefully put in here, where literally yesterday when I got Avenger Shield and I tested it, I could shield swap and Avenger Shield immediately. I can't do that anymore, which is thank God, because it was just part of the two-handed rotation otherwise. Even as is, it's kind of already part of the two-handed rotation because you're not actually going to lose anything. Buddy, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? All right, I'll stalk you a little bit. One sec. We might have some fun stuff about to happen. What are we being ninja about this? Okay. Interesting. Ooh, damn dwarfs. Okay. What are you doing? Yeah, so, oh, the other big win is that the mobs are all super buffed at the higher levels, which I thought was pretty awesome. He's just going to blink out of it, isn't he? But I want to see what happens. I want to see how well I can catch up to him. He's probably doing a class quest or something. Oh, he's a priest. I thought he was a mage. Or not. Daze him. Let's do it. Let's do it. Come on. He sees me now. I bet I can chain it. Let's try chaining it. Okay, we're not getting anywhere. This is not happening. Where are you going, bro? Okay, whatever. Let's do this thing. Gonna hit him right here. Boom. All right. Ooh. This ought to be fun. You know, I'm just gonna heal, and this is just life for you right now, my dude. Oh, I don't have a weapon. I'm trying to Crusader strike him here. It's not doing anything. I was like, what the fudge? That was honestly kind of sad and pathetic. Alright. Let's try this again. Now I need to let the spirit gear do its thing for a hot second. Yeah. You can't chase me. Watch this. Just run away. Yeah. Get out of combat here in a second. Just get a drink in. And right back at it. Where are you going, my dude? I was trying to kill him without a weapon. That's cute. I got lay on hands and everything. That's just sad. That is just sad. I will not lie. Not the ideal seal for the situation. Definitely not the ideal anything for the situation. This is definitely a mana war, and I should treat it as such. Definitely a mana war. Yeah. Avenger Shield up in a second. Okay, slow him down. Get some... Oh, shit. Does he still have range on me? That's brutal. Wow. Okay. Learning. These things don't really do anything, do they? He's so if I turn around... Oh, he's not anymore. Okay, cool. But as you can see, he's not going to kill me anytime soon. I don't know why we're even trying this. Homunculus. Interesting. Living and learning. Better get a heal in here real quick. Interesting. Alright, well, I'm having fun. Alright, what was I talking about? So, level... Actually, I want to see something real fast here. Let's see something. Oh, it does work on him. Excellente. Perfection. I love it. Okay, so the play would be to kill these guys. Got it. Dunzo. Hello, sir. Whoa. Okay. Yeah, so I was just like... I tried to kill him with punching him, but I don't have any unarmed. Oh, that's beautiful. What the? I don't want to go over there without my mana. Is this just another fucking... So they just must have to come here. Same guy, different guy? Whoa. Alright, good to know. I'll come back here and kill me a bunch of priests later. Interesting. Alright, so. Let's, yeah, I can't do both. So I can't both slow him and resist the fear at the same time. So I absolutely need bubble to get any kind of time on target on him, is basically what I'm learning here. Which is fine. Which is fine. Or nades. Nades would be nice. But, the resist fear wouldn't last long enough, though. Okay, there he is. Here I am. There that guy is. It's not used to my buttons. Just follow him through, hope for a daze. Was that me? That's me. Oh boy. Ooh, jeez. No daze whatsoever. Oh shit, what happened to him? Go ahead, fear. Shit, is that me the thing's on? He resisted the... Oh my god. We're dead. I was not expecting this. Oh, the mobs murdered me. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. I was like, holy crap, he's doing a lot of damage. How can you do that much damage and move? That don't make no sense. Yeah, Avenger Shield screwed me. Okay, cool. Yeah, so the other W that happened was if you go out into Red Ridge, I was thinking that they didn't actually change any of the stats on any of the mobs at first because they didn't. It's painfully obvious that they did not change any of the stats on the mobs whatsoever. But once you go out, like early on the game, but once you go out to Red Ridge, the mobs will completely and totally pwn you. Which they literally sent me back to the auction house, basically. I was like, oh my god, this is terrible. And I actually bothered to actually buy some proper gear. I figured I tried to get stamina intellect gear. Just to be the well-rounded monstrosity paladin, but it's so expensive. It was like 4 gold for a piece of stamina intellect gear, and I was like, male, and I was like, okay, this is objectively insane. No, thank you. So that was cool. So I'm just stamina spirit right now, just to see what it does, which is pretty cool, and I'm digging it. But yeah, so I was really happy to see them scale up the mobs to a power level that actually makes it feel like classic. Like, I went out there with a decent two-handed weapon, not a good one, a decent two-handed weapon, and basically starter game everything else gear. Like, I didn't have any all green gear or nothing. It was like just random pieces of garbage, and the mobs absolutely obliterated me. Let's see if I can show you how bad it is. To give you an example. Alright, so here's me actually kind of somewhat sort of trying, right? And still not used to my damn buttons. You can see that we're going down on mana. That's not cool. I'm definitely going to have to let mana regen take the wheel. But the mobs, they just absolutely slap. Like, they legitimately scary, terrifying. Slap is what it is. I'm training my skills. That might have something to do with it. I never trained my level 24 skills because honestly, I just didn't have the gold. But we'll go do that right now. Yeah, so this right here wouldn't actually be happening in Classic, right? Like, I wouldn't actually lose a 1v1 to a damn mob like this. Now, I actually have to sit here. No, not quite. Okay, alright. Avengers, that's the wrong button, bro. Oh, did I get saved? Nice. Yeah, but as you can see, they just beat the crap out of you, which is objectively terrifying. And I think that is the second really, really big W. I am super, super, super happy about the fact that they actually buffed the mobs in Season of Discovery, if that makes any sense. Still working on the whole PvP thing. Not quite used to the buttons. They put a bunch of new buttons on here. I'm still not 100% used to them. So I think, for example, what I'm supposed to be doing is I'll have Avenger Shield and Exorcism, like, you know, something like this. So one is 7 and the other one's like Shift 7. But I just had them both on separate bars for the moment because I was fighting the undead and I didn't want to mess around with it at all. So yeah, so Deus Vult, boys. Get yourself a big, fat, two-handed weapon and crush your way up until you hit about level 20. While you're leveling, get gold. If you're like, how the hell do I get any gold early game? The answer to that is be a skinner. I spent maybe half an hour early game skinning a bunch of mobs, just going skinning, and when I was done, I had like 40 silver. And I've plugged that 40 silver into a two-handed weapon, two-handed axe specifically, and I haven't looked back since. Two-handed weapon leveling definitely is the way. One-handed gets better later, if that makes any sense. One-hander really needs like Divine Storm and stuff. There's nothing's changed with Seal of Righteousness. It's just that Seal of Martyrdom is like Crusader, it's hard to explain, but Seal of Righteousness rank 3 is still doing what it does best, but it doesn't synergize with Crusader Strike anywhere near as much as a two-handed weapon does. It doesn't synergize with Seal of Martyrdom anywhere near as much as a two-handed weapon does. It doesn't synergize with the Judgment, extra Judgment attack as much as Seal of Righteousness. I mean, my bad, Seal of Martyrdom does, if that makes any sense. So basically, Crusader Strike, it's giving you about half an extra attack with a two-hander. It's giving you almost nothing except mana back with a one-hander, unless you're using a slow one-hander, which Seal of Righteousness rank 3 does not like that at all. To give you an example here, let's give this a go. So I want shift and then perfect. Okay, all right, let's set this up. And this is a really bad rank. This is rank 2. This is closer to something that you guys are going to be using. I never actually trained the rank 3. Let's just examine it for a second. You can see Crusader Strike doesn't proc it at all. When the Judgment comes out, it still does pretty good damage. Some things are synergizing with it to an extent, if that makes any sense. But it's absolutely nothing compared to a Seal of Martyrdom in these early levels, if that makes any sense. Seal of Righteousness really needs spell power. Like, she is a spell power fiend, if that makes any sense. Yeah. It's a 24 damage on 29 damage on the procs with some weapon variants, and then the Judgment is 67 damage, and that's with a one-hander. And then when you switch over to a two-hander, it ends up being a completely different animal. No, shift, boom, gotcha, cool. Yeah. So the white attacks will Seal of Martyrdom, parry as they do. Lol. That 100 and then 40. Okay, cool. And then the Judgments, and then the mob they just die. So yeah. So 2 big wins in my personal opinion. I'm seeing multiple signs of Blizzard changing, doing PvP balances here and there. I'm seeing what am I talking about here? Yeah, in the open world, they're trying really hard to keep it to the classic WoW formula. Like, they're giving us all these abilities, but holy crap, mobs will still absolutely wreck your day if you're not gearing properly. Like, I geared properly. They sent me back to the damn auction house, and I finally geared properly, and things are better. But if you don't gear properly, holy crap, you're playing classic. So it still feels like classic, which is really nice. I'm not super happy about having all these buttons on my Paladin, to be perfectly honest with you. So I tried doing dungeons with Paladin, and it was hectic is the best way I could describe it, because normally as a Paladin there's not a lot of buttons for you to press, and subsequently your eyeballs can wander around and look for things. So you can, like, dispel this, or be quick on the draw with that, or heal this guy. Like, your eyes can wander, kind of a deal. But with all these additional buttons and me not being super used to them yet, it was really kind of painful. I eventually got into the rhythm. It should get better with greater blessings, but early on when you're in a dungeon, it's like, I have to buff everybody like every few minutes, and I have to make sure that the exemplar thing is up every 2 minutes. And on top of that, you may or may not have some Avenger Shield, Exorcism, Crusader Strike, Martyrdom stuff going on. Like, yeah, I heal you, but I also run into combat, and I Crusader Strike to give everybody mana and to get my own mana back. And, you know, judging Martyrdom where I can, or just getting mana back. It was hectic. I don't know if people like that. I don't like it personally. That's why I decided to play Paladin originally. But it is what it is. I'll probably just get used to it. It probably just will be a thing that I eventually get used to. When I was fighting that Shadow Priest there, obviously I'm doing everything wrong. But it's more important for me to see what is possible and what isn't possible, and to kind of, to investigate things, if that makes any sense. If I was taking it more seriously, what would I have done? We want to get the slow on him with Avengers, so you can catch up with him. But after you get the slow on him, you would definitely want to switch over to a two-handed weapon and start giving him the business. You can see how much penance heals for those priests. If the priest doesn't want to die, you are literally not going to kill them. You're actually in a mana war with the priest. I don't know if you if you know it or not, but you're actually in a oh damn! Did I get gold from? Oh, that's what. Oh, hello.
See you around.
Fucking excuse me? I didn't know I get that gold. That's not like a lot too. Whoa, hello. I was wondering how I was gonna make gold. Well, I guess that's how I make gold. That's gonna inflate the economy though, kind of a thing. Ooh, yeah. All right, well, whatever. I got gold now, so I'm heading to the auction house, and we'll see what we see. Yeah, so definitely slow them. Switch over to the two-hander. They're going to fear you. Your only option against that is going to be Bubble or the Exemplar thing, but you can't have Avenger Shield and the Exemplar at the same time, you know, yada, yada, yada. If you have a PvP trinket, then you have two options. You got quite a bit of time and target sitting on them, theoretically. But as you saw, Penance absolutely does not mess around. It's got like a 12-second cooldown, I've been told, and it does like limp dick damage, but it does so much healing, and they can use it on themselves. There's not a damn thing you can do to stop it. It's just like, holy crap. It might be a channel ability, but it might be like so quick of a channeled ability that you don't really notice it. If it is a channeled ability, then I'll definitely, I'll stand on my soapbox and tell you that a fast one-handed weapon with SOR would definitely be the best weapon under those circumstances. But basically, you're in a mana war versus the priest. Learn it, live it, love it, which means you're going to have to play around either slows, or you're going to have to play around being like Giga Chad, Fear Immune, Resist Gear type deal, if that makes any sense. Just can't let him drink. Obviously, the priest drinked. One thing that we did learn from that fight, which is very important, is that he can summon all of his stupid homunculus, and they do the thing in classic World of Warcraft that many pets do, which is they will keep you in combat while letting the priest drink at the same time. But luckily, we just learned that we can absolutely murder the homunculus with the various tools on hand. So, for example, you can use Exorcism, you can use Avenger Shield, Consecration if you have it, yada yada yada. The minions are a little slow, I think, but as you saw, they kept up with me quite well. I'll actually go rewatch that fight and just see what I can learn, if that makes any sense. I'm also curious what the because that Avenger Shield crit him for like almost everything, so that makes me wonder if it's a ×2 crit or was that a 150% crit. Like, what exactly is going on there? But I'll pick through that like frame by frame type deal. So anyways, this video is getting kind of long, so I'll end it here, and Deus Vult, boys.